I'm back again with another video. Today I want to share with you 10 great, fresh and affordable fragrances for summer. If you're first time here, my name is Mehdi. I'm talking about fragrances. If you don't want to lose my new uploads, don't forget to subscribe the channel. Let's see the fragrances. I want to start my list by House of Bentley at number 10 spot. Bentley for Men Azure, such a great underrated gem. So I like a stance of House of Bentley. They don't make fragrances only for selling purposes. They have my respects by this stance. So you know, also the House of Bentley is a bit in the mature side of fragrances. They make manly, masculine, modern masculine fragrances. So if you are into those type of fragrances, this is for you. If you want some masculine, manly, not juvenile, invictus type of fragrances for spring and summer, Bentley Azure is a great choice for you. This is aquatic by hint of ambroxan at the back, not that bomb of ambroxan, but for giving some contemporary vibe to the fragrance. They put some ambroxan also here. It is leafy, slightly green and aquatic, not that blue, maybe because of hint of fruits, citruses at the back. It can be considered as a blue fragrance, but mostly in the leafy side. This is leafy, aquatic by a slightly soapiness at the background. Very different type of scent profile. You cannot find it easily anywhere. A little bit reminds me of Narciso Rodriguez in that genre. Very upscale and different and outstanding. Performance, projection, price, everything is 10 out of 10. I can get easily 10 hours plus out of this bottle. Complimenting factor is not that big compliment, but I've gotten few compliments by this fragrance. 30 bucks for 100 ml Bentley Azure. Another fragrance for me is a masterpiece, hands down, and one of those fragrances that I can say down to perfection, from House of Guerlain, L'Homme Ideal Cologne, another underrated, fresh and affordable fragrance. So this fragrance, classified as a woody aromatic, to my nose is a bit different. I cannot at all, it's very challenging for my nose, because at all I cannot get the things that I can read in the note breakdown of this fragrance. A bit musk, true, I can get the vetiver, I can get hint of freshness, I can get of citruses, but I cannot say to this fragrance. I can't catch which type of citruses, I cannot say, absolutely. I was not expect anything like this by reading the note breakdowns. It smells to my nose, I don't know if it is my wrong, my bad or good, but it is for me is honey, like honey based fragrance, such a gourmand fragrance. It smells exactly like honey and some sun creamy vibe at the background, like this is the better description, sun cream by flavor by essence of honey, and I can catch that honeycomb also, like honey by the comb together. I have no idea why honey. It is nothing about honey in this fragrance, and nothing is sweet smelling in the note fragrance. If they say vanilla, cinnamon, tonka, I would say okay, those Swedish type notes hacks my brain and I feel it is honey, but also there is nothing sweet smelling in the note fragrance. Then for me it is a honey based fragrance. Performance is not that great, but it is very polite, gentlemanish fragrance for close encounters, extremely hot summer days. This is fantastic. It's 5 hours on my skin, barely 6 hours, but can I stay for whatever reason on my inner elbows 12 hours plus by such a soft, polite, airy projection and sillage. Ideal Cologne, masterpiece. Next fragrance is from House of Dior at number 8 spot, Dior Homme Cologne. Such a beautiful, simple fragrance. Absolutely, sometimes beauty is in the simple things, like Dior Homme Cologne. It is very soft, polite, and surprisingly long-lasting. Sour, fizzy, zesty, by hint of musk at the background and some green atmosphere, which reminds me of cypress or junipers, but in the note breakdowns I couldn't reach to cypress or junipers. This is green, not blue, it is green, citrusy and musky type of fragrance. I like the way that this fragrance smells, this sour. Somehow I feel some salty vibe at the background. When it goes to the dry down on my skin, I can feel some, a little bit, not like other salty fragrances, some salty vibe in this fragrance. Ladies love this one so much. I've gotten a few big compliments by this one from ladies. It is a compliment, but not a magnet again. But it is acceptable. 7.5 out of 10. It is a lady pleaser. Dior Homme Cologne. Next fragrance is Coach for Men at number 7 spots. I like dry down of this fragrance. Opening is also okay, but dry down is absolutely for me, very mind-blowing for me. So opens fruity, juicy, fresh, not aquatic, fruity, juicy. Beautiful. I can catch that green pear. It is green, but it is juicy somehow, and musk at the opening, but dry down is a bit different. This is musky, amber, woody. Very clean and in the same time dirty. It is better for me. I'm in the dry down side of this fragrance rather than the opening. I like the scent profile of this fragrance because there is tons of citrusy, aquatic or oceanic, salty fragrances out there. If you want something different, a bit dark in the summery, springy way, without being aquatic, without being citrusy or salty, oceanic, this one is absolutely for you. Very outstanding, but not that unique and game changer. Coach for Men. Let's continue by House of Monster at number 6 spots by Wild Fruits. This is one of those affordable Monster fragrances. Mostly those heavy hitters from House of Monster are over 120, 140 bucks. This is 50, 60 bucks for 125 ml. It's okay for this juice. I believe this is take of Montserrat on DNA of Creed Silver Mountain Water. I can get similarities absolutely. 60% close to that fragrance, highly inspired by that fragrance, but it is not copy paste, not a cologne. Here we have more peach compared to Silver Mountain Water and musk. It is muskier and in the stone fruity side of that DNA. They, I can say they doubled up that peachy vibe and a bit blackcurrant. At all, nothing that much about Wild Fruits. It's not, if you are thinking this is like jungle fruits, berryish fragrance, it's not like that. It's like Silver Mountain Water plus more peach at the opening and the dry down. Just after 1.5 hours will change and will be totally different fragrance, different smelling fragrance compared to Silver Mountain Water. Performance is okay, not good, not bad, at the border. 5-6 hours on the skin by very soft projection and sillage, like such a cloudy wave. This is also a unisex fragrance like Silver Mountain Water, but I believe Silver Mountain Water is perfectly unisex, 50-50, but this one is a bit, or I can say 70% in the feminine side. Let's continue by House of Montblanc at number 5 spot, Montblanc Legend Esprit. This citrusy, aquatic, fresh, reminds me of Rasasi Havas Invictus Aqua 2016 immediately, but if I have to compare this fragrance by those, I can say compared to Rasasi Havas, this bubblegummy, but you cannot catch that bubblegummy vibe in Havas. But Invictus Aqua 2016 was also like this one, bubblegummy. This is less sweet compared to those all fragrances. This is more in the citrusy side and bubblegummy side, less muskier. You can catch more mint compared to the Havas here, but more citruses and more scratchy, and I can say more synthetic compared to both those fragrances. Price, complimenting factor, fantastic, very big compliment there. 30 bucks, 35 bucks for 100 ml, but performance I cannot expect more than this. 5-6 hours in terms of longevity, but not solid 5-6 hours. And projection, I can say 1 hour. You're gonna get average projection. After that, not strongly skin scent, but you can get some whiffs after 1 hour. So, but complimenting factor is very good. I think it's a worthy fragrance for this price. Montblanc Legend Esprit. Let's continue by a solid fragrance from House of Yves Saint Laurent. Wildlife. After YEDP, I love this fragrance. It is a very big compliment. YEDP as well. If it is not more, I cannot say to this one less. In terms of getting compliments, not that much. That one is, if YEDP is 9 out of 10, this is 8.5 out of 10. In terms of getting compliments, I love both. If I have to compare these two fragrances together, I can say this one is, you can catch that mutual gingery, syrupy vibe, fizziness. At the dry down, this fragrance is less dirty compared to the YEDP. YEDP is a bit darker at the dry down. This is more in the clean side. It's cleaner at the dry down. But there is some bubblegummy Invictus vibe here, which is not available at all in the YEDP. like mix of Invictus Aqua 2016 Rasasi Havas by YEDP together, which boosts that complementing factor of this fragrance, I can say. And somebody prefer this one better. This, or some youngsters, I can say, prefer this one better. I can say this one leans more youthful compared to YEDP. YEDP is a bit darker and a bit more masculine compared to this one. This is more somehow bubblegummy-ish type of YEDP. From House of Versace at number 3 spot, Sergio Fresh. This fragrance is airy, transparent like the bottle, but not blue like the bottle. To my nose is citrusy and green. I can catch a lot tarragon note here, which is a very beautiful bitter and green note. Plus citruses, somehow a spicy vibe like pepper, and woodsy like Isoi Superi. You can catch the note, but in a very airy and transparent way, not into your face. Performance is very good, surprisingly long lasting. Why surprisingly? Because when you smell the atomizer, you're gonna say, okay, 20 minutes projection, 1 hour longevity. If you put gun on my head, 1.5 hours longevity, but it's not like that. I can say even 5 hours after applying, 6 hours, I've gotten few solid compliments by this one. I feel it is good 8 hours by very big but airy and inoffensive transparent projection. Versace or Fresh. Let's continue by House of Issey Miyake, L'Eau d'Issey Pour Homme, the regular one, at number 2 spot. Man, such a complex fragrance. Florals, fruits, green notes, citruses, musk, pepper, somehow herbal. A lots of notes, awkward nuances are here, but in the brief I can say citrusy, green, aquatic. I can say in the brief, but there is a lots of sub notes at the bit fins. So performance is okay, 5-6 hours by average projection. Complementing factor is also average, but I have gotten few big compliments, but this is not enough to say to this one. Compliment magnet, this is not like left and right, but gives to you sometimes such an unexpected solid compliments, I can say. Issey Miyake, L'Eau d'Issey Pour Homme. Let's continue by House of La Li at number 1 spot. Sur La Li White, such a masterpiece, complex, outstanding fragrance. Smells different compared to 100% of my collection. I haven't smelled anything like this. It smells like black pepper in a very summery and cool way. You feel that you took out the bottle out of refrigerator like that. It smells refreshing. If it was possible to make black pepper juice, I am sure it would be a smell like this one. It smells like black pepper and soapy, like a bar of soap, not liquid. A bar of soap by essence of black pepper. Very clean, soapy, airy, transparent, and outstanding. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what is your thoughts on these fragrances in the comments below. Stay safe. See you in another video.